Freyja, which means mistress or lady, is the great goddess of the Vanir, the deities of earth and water. This is the second divine race of gods and goddesses in the Norse pantheon. She is very, very powerful and a very venerated figure. She's worshipped by women, by farmers, by warriors and rulers. And as I mentioned, she's the daughter of Njord. Freyja brings fruitfulness to both the land and sea. She's a vegetation goddess and assists in both marriage and childbirth. She is also the goddess of love and sex, and is associated with sexual freedom and affairs of the heart. She is the living essence of sexuality. She has many lovers among both the gods and human rulers. She loves and protects them, and she has many sexual liaisons. She is, after all, a fertility goddess. Freyja is much sought after by the giants, the enemies of the gods. And they always lust after her. She is also associated with wealth and weeps tears of gold or amber. She has a magnificent necklace called Bringing Amen, which means ornament loving, and she wears a feathered cloak. Freyja drives a chariot pulled by two cats, and sometimes roams the night in the form of a she-goat. She's a shapeshifter. She can take the form of a falcon in order to fly great distances. She's really the great goddess of the Viking pantheons. She has many different forms. The large wombed earth, the heavenly matron, and the most beautiful of all the goddesses. Freyja sometimes also rides a boar with golden bristles. This boar is known as the Hildiswin. The golden boar may be her twin brother, Freyr, who is also sometimes her lover, her special favorite. This incestuous relationship causes friction among the gods. Freyja is utterly promiscuous. She even mates with Loki, while Loki is disguised as a flea. But she does have a husband. Her husband is named Oder. This is an aspect of Odin, who is the father of her daughter, Hinosa, which means jewel. Oder often leaves home to wander the earth, and Freyja sheds tears and follows him in various guises. For example, the Mordal, the beauty of the light on water, the Therechon, the linen woman, the Seer, which is the sow, and the Gefna, which is the generous one. But she is always the lady and the mistress. Freyja is also closely associated with death and receives half of those slain in battle. She lives on Folkvanger, the People's Plain, in Asgard, and she lives on the People's Plain and has a vast palace, Sesrumnir, which means rich in seats. She has a huge palace in order to hold the spirits that she hoards or collects. Freyja has the first choice of the dead. The leftovers fall to Odin. During the fall and winter, she is the spirit of Earth's fertility that is absent. Her departure causes the leaves to fall, and the earth to wear a mourning cloak of snow and ice. Freyja is also the goddess of magic. She brings the power of sorcery to the people of the north, and is linked with a type of ritual witchcraft, Seor. She is a seeress and a diviner. Freyja has much in common with Frigg, the chief goddess of the Asher race of sky deities. Both are associated with childbearing and assume the form of a bird. Both derive from earlier Germanic chief goddess Freyja. the consort of Wotan, the Germanic Odin. There's a debate among scholars, historians, and mythographers. Did the Vikings distinguish the two goddesses from each other, or are they the same aspects of a single divine energy or principle? Frigg is the White Lady of Midsummer, a flaxen-haired matron, and Freyja is the promiscuous battle maiden. Are they one and the same, or are they different? We really don't know the answer to that. Now, Frigg is the primary goddess, the motherly overall ruler of Asgard. She's the regal consort of Odin and the mother of Balder. She is a quiet but knowing goddess who dresses in the plumage of hawks. She is the queen of heaven. She lives in Fensalir, which means the sea hall. She is surrounded by other goddesses that are all forms of herself. The physician, Eir, the wise, the Saga, the virginal, the Gifon, the secretive, the Fula. These are all shadowy female deities associated with fertility and protection of the household. They are all aspects of Frigg. All right, let's get to Freyja's twin brother and sometime lover, Freyr.